Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back with another video from 6, and today we are checking out when Naruto became immune to ninjutsu. I don't know what this... My thoughts initially don't go to like anything particular. I just think it's just going to be an interesting discussion that 6 maybe noticed something and then is pointing out. So, let's check it out. But before we do, make sure you check out my Etsy shop. T-shirts and hoodies there to be purchased. And Patreon's there. $1 a month gets to your name at the end of every video I upload. Let's go!
It's undeniable that towards the end of Naruto Shippuden or Naruto Part 2, that the main character Naruto had achieved a godlike status as well as a power-up to complement that status. The exact quantification of the power-up has never been revealed, but it's not really needed either. You get the general idea Naruto is much stronger than he was beforehand. After all, he comes in kicking away truth-seeking orbs and seemingly outperforming 8th Gate Guy by overpowering Madara and almost putting him down permanently. If you actually reread or rewatch the fight leading up to Madara's absorbing of the God Tree, you'd see he actually feared and was running away from Naruto, even going as far as pulling out Limbo clones on him, which he didn't do versus 8th Gate Guy, and Naruto leaving him in this crippled state.
Yeah, he could have Limbo cloned and... Wow! If he'd used the Limbo clones against Guy, that would have been a hell of a different, wouldn't it? Wow!
After landing a giant lava Rasen shuriken on him, he genuinely looked defeated here compared to when Guy kicked his body in half and he was just laughing it off. It almost makes me wonder like, if Naruto would have came at Madara with his full power, if Madara could have even survived. Barring whether I agree with it or not, if you compare this to Naruto getting caught off guard while in Sage mode and stabbed, and it's really no wonder that tons of fans of this series think this is where Naruto peaked in terms of power, and that he only got weaker as an adult. Naruto also may have obtained a different godlike power at this time that went unnoticed due to his opponents and takes this form even higher into the god tiers of power. What if I told you Naruto was immune to ninjutsu? Before I get into that, I'd like to ask if you could leave a like on the video and subscribe. I have tons of other discussion-like topics on Naruto content on my channel if you're interested in that type of stuff, and you can check those videos out after this one. Before beginning the main body of the topic, a breakdown of Naruto's forms is virtually required, with the main point being that this is not KCM2 plus 6 pass Sage mode. So for simplicity's sake, let's just take this step by step. This form is KCM. It's what Naruto gained in chapter 400
QB cloak mode
99 after Kushina helped him out with obtaining Kurama's chakra. In this form, Naruto does not have the cooperation of the Nine Tails, so as a result, he cannot form Biju bombs. His shadow clone usage is limited to around 13 to 14, and he only uses the Nine Tails chakra in this state. None of his own chakra is used to power this form. This form is KCM2. It's the direct step
QB cloak mode 2
up from KCM1 that I just went over. Naruto gained this form in chapter 571 after befriending the Nine Tails, and in it, him and Kurama combined their chakra, meaning he's obviously gained his cooperation. He can fire Biju bombs and overall has tons and tons more chakra that he can access and output, like, I don't know, amping the entire Shinobi Alliance by over 3 times Kakashi's chakra. This form is also KCM1. You'll hear a lot of people call this form KCM 1.5 or Mastered KCM 1. Just to be perfectly clear, this is not a different form than KCM earlier. These alternative titles are just to be clear at what point in the story someone is referring to when talking about Naruto, and this comes from chapter 633. To be perfectly clear, the only reason Naruto's form looks different here is because his clothes have changed since earlier in the war, and KCM just changes form with the clothes you're currently wearing. You see this as an adult. So no, this is not a different form at all. Just in this form, Naruto does not have to worry about the chakra drain on his base form that the QB was threatening him with earlier. This is KCM2 plus Sage mode. Naruto obtained this form in chapter 645 and used it to battle Ten Tails Jinchuriki Obito alongside Minato at first, and then eventually Sasuke using his curse mark Susanoo.
It's the eyes that give it away with the Sage mode being used, isn't it? You got the red around and then the actual like boop 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 boop.
The main distinction for this form, aside from KCM2, is the pigmentation surrounding Naruto's eyes and the frog slits that go horizontally in his pupils.
Yes, there you go.
As the name suggests, this form gives him all the benefits of both KCM2 and Sage mode. This form is 6-Pass Sage Mode. This form has a striking resemblance to KCM2 Sage Mode, just without the pigmentation above his eyes and the orange skin that Naruto sports in that mode. This is the form Naruto initially used to heal Might Guy after the 8th gate and confront Madara within the interaction I mentioned in the intro. That brings us full circle back to this form, which is Jubi Cloak 6-Pass Sage Mode Naruto. Yes, you heard me correctly, Jubi Cloak 6-Pass Sage Mode Naruto. Taking a quick look at the visual differences here, I'll use the volume cover to better illustrate my point, since it's an official coloring of the manga by Kishimoto, and these other pages I use are more so a fan coloring. In KCM, Naruto is typically all one color, this orangey, yellowish type of color.
Over.
But while in his Jubi Cloak form, Naruto's face is its usual skin tone, as well as him sporting black pants, but his shoes seemingly being golden as well, just like his cloak. You'll notice Naruto does not have the long cloak of KCM2 anymore, and instead it's far more similar to his everyday wear, a short jacket-like piece of clothing.
It does look cool.
Also,
cool.
Looking at his eyes, you'll notice the crosses just like KCM2 Sage Mode, just without the pigmentation. Far and away, the most important difference between these two forms are the markings on his back here. Do these look familiar to you? They appear on Madara, Obito, and Hagoromo's backs as well.
Oh wow, they do as well. Very cool.
The symbols indicate a user of 6-Path Shinjutsu, which is something granted access to when becoming a Jubi Jinchuriki, which is how all of the people I mentioned earlier gained access to it. So I guess you could call this 6-Path Shinjutsu 6-Path Sage Mode Naruto. There is a difference between those two. The form comes with True Seeker Orbs, which is mainly the separator from this and 6-Path Sage Mode. 6-Path Sage Mode is what Naruto is in whenever he originally confronts Madara. However, when he turns on his 6-Path Senjutsu, like I just mentioned, he gains the True Seeker Orbs. 6-Path Senjutsu is also accompanied with Yin Yang Release. Not to be confused with Yin Release or Yang Release, Yin Yang Release is essentially God power. It's what makes the True Seeker Orbs gain the ability of affecting the soul and nullifying ninjutsu. If you want an example of this being on display, Ten Tails Jinchuriki Obito blew off half of Tobirama's Edo Tensei body with the True Seeker Orb, and then the entire torso of Hiruzen's, yet they were able to regenerate and come back fine like nothing happened. It's even stated by Sasuke later on and confirmed by Minato that they are specifically using their bodies in sacrificial ways so that they can gain more intel on the enemies, knowing that they'd be fine when they come back. However, after Obito stabilizes his mind and synchronizes with the 10 tails inside of him, his True Seeker Orbs become imbued with Yin Yang Release.
And they can't heal back, can they, with the Edo Tensei form now?
And Minato's arms never come back after being severed. This is explained by Tobirama in this panel here. This sort of goes without saying, but the same would apply to Madara's True Seeker Orbs, considering the damage done to Minato with those as well. Obviously, I'm implying here, but not saying directly, that Naruto should have access to this as well as the immunity to ninjutsu that the form grants. Take into account that any Senjutsu enhanced ninjutsu, 6-Paths enhanced ninjutsu, or basic taijutsu with enough strength can do damage to 6-Path Senjutsu users. So it's not like Naruto is completely impervious to any sort of damage or he's completely invincible, but when it comes to ninjutsu, it shouldn't be able to affect him. All of Naruto's opponents from this point to the end of the series, most of the time, all use 6-Path Jutsu, Senjutsu, or both when harming or attempting to harm him. This immunity to ninjutsu is pretty much on full display in the fight against Jubito, since they don't really use ninjutsu on Madara after learning from their mistakes. Whenever a Rasen Shuriken as well as a Madarasu is slammed directly into Obito's skin, and it explodes, he comes out completely unharmed. Tobirama takes note of this, and that's when he deduces that he must be using Yin Yang Release. Obito also happens to say that he is now like the founder of Shinobi, so you can't compare him by normal Shinobi standards anymore, in which he's obviously talking about his immunity to ninjutsu as well as the true godlike power he had just obtained. A lot of people tend to hype up Naruto for having a Chidori slammed directly into his face and him taking little to no damage from that. Well, yeah, he's immune to
Immune. Right,
ninjutsu.
okay, fair,
Don't
fair,
get me
okay.
wrong, I
Oh.
fully understand Sasuke has 6 pass jutsu. In fact, the guide says it right here. But pay attention to his Chidori as he's saying this. It turns completely black before they slam it into Madara. In both the anime and manga, the Chidori he hits Naruto with is blue, or I guess in the manga's case, just the lighter toned one that he
Bit
normally
purpley.
uses.
Bit
Then when
purpley.
does Sasuke actually start affecting Naruto again? After he himself starts using the power of all 9 Biju, which as I've already gone over, grants you access to 6 pass Senjutsu abilities, like with Naruto, and in Sasuke's case in specific, we know he is essentially using his Susanoo like a ghetto statue for housing all the Biju chakra. So it's definitely not out there to claim that he's using 6 pass power at this point. The other people Naruto fight, Madara and Kaguya, both have Senjutsu in order to harm this form of Naruto, so no further explanation is needed there. But I think it's important to highlight what a ninjutsu immunity is because some of them are sort of unavoidable. Talking about Kamui for one, Kamui literally spawns a portal on you and you just get dragged away into that portal or the portal can close on you. The other aspect of Kamui, the phasing part, should also not fall weak to this immunity, and we actually get to see this when Madara tries to take Obito's Rinnegan from him, and his hand goes directly through his head.
Yeah.
The Praetor Path's absorption technique should be fine when absorbing any of this ninjutsu. Same goes for Chubaku Tensei and the rest of the Diva Path's abilities, simply because they are just a manipulation of gravity rather than actual ninjutsu attacks. Obviously, the stronger the person is, the more difficult it would be to make this move on them. We saw this on full display, showing that Pain couldn't even Shinra Tensei the Six Tails version 2 of Naruto, so he's definitely not going to get one off on Naruto in 6-pass Sage mode. But say if someone like Kaguya were to try this, she should be able to just blow him away with it. The King of Hell path of the Rinnegan also should be similarly unaffected. It's not really a combat move, so there's really nothing for the immunity to exploit. But at this point, I'm just bringing up pointless examples. The end result is the same I mentioned earlier, but the ninjutsu immunity from 6-pass Senjutsu also goes to the true secret orbs of the user as well, making them jutsu nullifying balls of destruction that
mad,
really
yeah.
exist just to mess up your plan of attack. Without an extremely knowledgeable person on ninjutsu in general, like the Shinobi Alliance had with Tobirama present, they probably would have been lost here. Tobirama is the one who takes note of the fact that it's been a while since Minato got hit and he should have regenerated by now, and he's the one who puts together the guess that Obito's attacks could have this effect. I'm sure Minato noticed his arm wasn't coming back for sure. I just don't think that if Tobirama wasn't there, he would have been able to figure out why it was happening.
Like what was actually
I
going
guess
on. Yeah.
the end result is the same, in which you just have Minato being more careful when attacking after noticing that he's simply not regenerating, like he should be, to be fair. And I just want to mention, it's also pretty much accepted fully now that Minato was nerfed mentally during this fight. That could be affecting the way his mind works whenever he's dissecting ninjutsu or making up a plan. So that also could play a factor here. I just wanted to mention it. Naruto uses his True Secret Orbs to block Sasuke's Susanoo arrows successfully, but something interesting about Naruto's True Secret Orbs is the fact that he's never shown the capabilities to make more. Every time he loses one, it's gone for
It just
good.
disappears.
Now, I think I have found an example of Naruto at least regenerating a Truth Seeker Orb, but never making a new one entirely. After Naruto attacks Madara with one of his rods that's stopped by his Limbo clone, Madara bisects one of Naruto's True Seeker rods with his Light Fang attack. This is important because it completely cuts it in half, so the rod should at the very least be shorter, right? But if you take a look here, Naruto's rod is still about the same size as the other one he has, and then when he turns it back into a Truth Seeker Orb, it's not like this Truth Seeker Orb is smaller than the rest of them, showing that he probably just regenerated it to some extent. However, like I said earlier, Naruto actually never gets an entire new Truth Seeker Orb. He starts off with 9, as you can see here, 2 rods and 7 balls. He throws one at Madara's lightning jutsu, he recovers this one a bit after that. Then after sealing Madara's Limbo clone, he sticks 3 rods in it which go unrecovered, so he's down to 6, which is shown here. He uses all 6 of these to amp his Biju Bomb Rasen shurikens that he's throwing at Madara's Shibaku Tensei, and they are all gone from his person for a short while due to Sasuke Susanoo blocking them out, but then when it disappears, he recovers all 6 of them. He uses one to make a foothold for Sasuke in Kaguya's dimension. This one gets lost in the same dimension as Sasuke leaves it behind when Kaguya switches to the Ice Realm. So Naruto is now down to 5. He then cuts off Kaguya's arm and uses 2 more of his orbs to pin down Black
3.
Zetsu in Kaguya's arm, and then he gives Sasuke another foothold. He recovers the one from Sasuke's foothold, but the 2 with Zetsu get sealed inside of the 6-pass Chibaku Tensei, so he's down to 3 orbs now. He uses these 3 to block 3 Susanoo arrows from Sasuke, but he recovers them after that, contrary to popular belief. And then Naruto exits the form after the Indra's Arrow Rasen Shuriken clash, and we never see these orbs again.
Wow.
So hypothetically speaking, if Naruto were to access this form again, he should have 3 more orbs sitting there waiting for him. I guess a question most people would have next would be if Naruto still possesses this ability or this form as an adult. And I'm just going to be honest, no, he doesn't even have it before his nerf after using Baryon mode and Kurama's death, unfortunately. If you take a look at Naruto's back or in the cover art of a chapter, whatever way you want to look at it, he's back to his all orangey yellow KCM look from a while ago. Here you can see in the Momoshiki fight, he's lacking the markings on his back that symbolize a 6-pass Ninjutsu user, and looking at his eyes, it's very clear he's still in 6-pass Sage mode, but he also lost his True Seeker orbs that appeared behind his back. How other fights would go if Naruto had this mode is relatively unclear. I don't want to claim that he would be much stronger with 6-pass Ninjutsu. He would at the very least have 3 more True Seeker orbs that he could use in combat.
But
that's about it, and that's about as far as I want to claim with that. And that's pretty much it for the video. So if you like the video, I'd obviously appreciate if you leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel. But other than that, have a nice day.
Wow, cool. Some interesting stuff I never noticed. Yeah, that whole thing with the True Seeker orbs is very interesting. That they actually counted down and then they never regenerated, and then, well, yeah, wow, cool. And yeah, the markings on the back, they all had it ninjutsu immunity. That's cool. Interesting. Doesn't have it now, but like that form. Wow. So that was when Naruto was immune to ninjutsu. That's cool. Nice one. Hey, that's cool. Yeah. Make sure you check out my Etsy shop. And thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, link in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month is all I ask. That's greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys very much for that. Thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe, leave comments down below. Let me know that you should watch and discuss some future videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.